Picture this, it's 2005. I'm a senior in high school and 50 Cent's Candy Shop is the #1 hit single on the radio.
I take you to the candy shop.
I'm hanging out at a car show with all my friends, wearing my West Coast Chopper shirt, thinking I'm Paul Walker. Suddenly, everyone turns. There's a brand new black Mitsubishi Evo 9 entering the parking lot. I think to myself, I like the tuna here. Wait, that's not what I was thinking to myself. I think to myself, one day I'm gonna own one of those cars. Well, here it is. Welcome everyone to another episode of Eat, Sleep, Drive. And yes, today I am buying my high school dream car, which is a 2006 Mitsubishi Evo 9. This car, when I was in high school as a senior, had just come out. Evos had been out for a couple years. You know, they came to the States in 2003, but the Evo 9, the 2006, the only year of the Evo 9, was just always the jam for me. Like, I have always wanted one of these cars and have not bought one to date. And today, hopefully, that is gonna change. Do you guys remember my friend Justin, who went with me to buy my GT350? He's coming along for the ride. We're gonna pop up to Columbus, which is where the car that I'm buying, the Evo 9, is at. Columbus is about a 2-hour drive from Cincinnati, so it's not a super long road trip that I'm used to. But what we're gonna do is buy the Evo, and I'll show you guys all around this car and why I'm so excited about it. So let's go for an adventure. As you guys have seen in my previous videos, I'm usually going all over the country to find the right car. This time it was just blind luck that led me to this Evo 9 that was essentially right around the corner. I found it on Facebook, and you guys already know how I feel about Facebook classifieds, but as it turned out, this was a friend of a friend's car. So even before I went to see it, I had a pretty good idea of what to expect thanks to some inside details. After turning the corner and seeing the car in the flesh for the first time, it finally hit me that this is really happening. I looked over the car for a bit and everything was as advertised. The only thing remaining I wanted to do for my peace of mind was a compression test. If you're not familiar with a compression test, it's basically a way to see the health of each cylinder individually. Some worn out engines may have leaky valves or piston rings leading to low compression numbers on one or more cylinders. Uneven numbers across the cylinders is a sign of an unhealthy engine, so it's a good test to do if possible before purchasing any car. Being that the spark plugs are so easily accessible on an Evo, it's a no-brainer to perform this before buying one. Fortunately, even though this engine has 120,000 miles on it, it was within 3% compression on each cylinder, which is a great result. The only thing left to do was to take the car on a test drive. See what's up with the cold start. These cams, man, the cams hit.
Now during the winter, it's going to bounce several more times, and because right now it's already started to even out a little bit.
Yep.
When it's cold, it'll bounce.
Fortunately, the car's not super low, so I don't have to worry about freaking bottoming out everywhere. I love that E85 smell, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. Damn, that clutch is heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, heavy clutch. I'm getting my leg workout in today.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude. I'm barely touching the throttle. Oh my God, to be in high school again.
I know.
Me. Damn, dude. Like I'm like 50% throttle. I'm 50% throttle. I mean, this like rips, dude. Holy shit. Bro. Oh my God. Ugh. E85 65 is a wonderful thing.
Keep your eyes peeled for the cops around here.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, you should be fine.
Okay.
Give it a hit.
Oh, the noise! Oh, I forgot how good these sound. I'm just impressed with how the power comes on.
So, well, it used to be very, it would all come on at once.
Okay.
And it comes on a lot smoother by that manifold.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good to have a turbo car again. Like, I haven't had a turbo car in a while. Get those turbo noises. Your drive's good though. These coilovers aren't bad. I was expecting them to be.
That's way better than the BRZ.
Yeah. There's something simple about a 5-speed. Take my money. Take my money. Take it all.
Don't take my car.
If it wasn't obvious, I was sold on the car. So I threw the money at the seller, packed up all the spares, and hit the road for home. Alright guys, well I bought an Evo and I'm gonna have to keep this segment of the video short because number one problem with the Evo is the AC doesn't work, as I found out. So I've been driving with the windows down obviously so I don't die. It's about 90 degrees here in Ohio. But for video's sake, for your sake, I'm just going to put up with this hotness for a little bit here, so I put up the window so you guys can actually hear me. But I'm super excited about the car. I think it was pretty accurately described or listed. Kyle was a really nice guy. I'm definitely happy with it. The only issues other than the AC so far, I have the tarmac, gravel, and snow light on all at once, which if I remember correctly when I was doing research on these cars, I think that means there's some sort of pump that deals with torque split or something between the wheels. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe it's the AYC or ACD pump or something. I'm pretty sure there's a pump that goes bad on these, so maybe that's bad, I don't know. Maybe I'll text the owner, see if he's had that happen before. But just cruising on the highway right now. I'll give you guys more of an update when I'm not dying of heat exhaustion with a black car and 90-degree weather with the windows up. But yeah, I'll give you guys an update on how it goes. Hopefully I get back to Cincinnati. We're only about an hour away. And then I'll give you my final thoughts and what I plan to do with the car. Well guys, here it is. Here's my Evo 9 that I now own. I'm super happy with this purchase, and as I mentioned before, this was a dream car of mine since high school, so it's sort of surreal to actually own it. It still doesn't feel like it's mine yet. That hasn't set in yet, but I'm super happy about it, and I want to show you guys around kind of what he's done to this thing, or what the previous owners have done to this thing, and what kind of state it's in. So obviously it's a bit of a driver, is a nice way of calling a car that's not perfect. That's what most people call them. So it's, you know, it's got some bumps and bruises, but overall the body's pretty straight, as you can see. I think it will benefit greatly from a just quality detail. I need to get my detail guy on the car and just have him clean it up, just do a minor paint correction. But overall you can see there's no major like bumps or bruises. The big thing for me with these cars is rust. Rust kills all Evos because Mitsubishi did not use really very quality metal and not quality coatings on these cars. So all these cars rust if they're from the north where you see salt and stuff. The reason I bought this car is because it's originally from Arizona and it spent most of its life down there. And it's probably going to be hard for me to show you. I don't think there's going to be very good lighting. But let me tell you that the underneath of this thing is pretty clean. It's not pristine, but it's pretty clean. There's basically no rust other than like tiny surface rust that you would get on any exposed metal, but nothing crazy. So it's in overall great shape chassis wise, which is the biggest thing, as I mentioned, that I wanted for these cars. Now ideally I wanted to find something stock, but it's really hard to find a very like a completely stock Evo. Now, fortunately, this one hasn't been done up too much. It basically just has your standard bolt-ons that you would do with any Evo. It has an aftermarket exhaust manifold, as you can see. That's a stock Evo 9 turbo. The Evo 9 turbos had a slightly different, larger, I believe it's hot side to the turbo than the Evo 8s, so they make a little more power. The Evo 9s also had MyVec, which is basically the VTEC of Mitsubishi's VTEC or whatever, variable valve timing. So that also made them make more power, especially more low-end torque than the Evo 8s. This car obviously has aftermarket intercooler piping, aftermarket intercooler intake. It's got full exhaust, downpipe, full exhaust, and an E85 tune. And this thing makes 400 wheel horsepower, which is quite a bit in this car. It comes on super strong, as I'm sure you guys saw from my reaction when I first got on this thing. E85 does wonders for these things. And the car rips. I'm gonna have to talk to my tuner and make sure that this is a healthy power figure, because this is a stock block. The bottom end is completely stock, and the car has 120 some odd thousand miles on it. So I definitely need to make sure that that's cool. It's gonna be happy at that power level because I want this thing to last. I have stage 2 cams in here, so the head is not completely stock. I have aftermarket cams. So let me show you guys the interior. Overall, it's in pretty good shape, just really needs to be cleaned up, as I said, so hopefully it'll benefit from a detail. I love the steering wheels in these, great size, great shape. The steering in general is awesome, and we'll get more into that in a future video. But factory Recaro seats, which are obviously bolstered super well and pretty comfy. I mean, I'm pretty happy with the purchase, guys. It's not the cleanest Evo in existence, but it's definitely nowhere near the crappy versions. It is a very nice example for a very reasonable price. There was an Evo 9 that was super mint, low miles. They went for 37 grand on Bring a Trailer recently. 37 grand. I paid less than half for this thing, and it's by no means half the car. So once again, pretty happy with it. If you guys enjoy Evo content, make sure you subscribe. You're definitely going to want to stick around and see what I do with this. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it into like a time attack build for grid life or something like that. I'm not sure. Leave a comment below what you think I should do with it. Maybe I should do more of like a rally safari like style build with it. I'm not sure. So let me know in the comments below, and definitely stick around. More FRS content is to come. I'm going to be doing the brakes on that soon, so stick around for that. Land Cruiser, this thing is going to get tires soon, and it's going to go on an off-roading trip, so if you like Land Cruiser content, stick around for that. E90 M3 BMW stuff is going to happen here very soon as well. So a lot going on the channel. If you guys are interested, definitely hit that subscribe button, and I appreciate you guys watching. As always, I'll see you in the next episode of Eat, Sleep, Drive.